The following program deals with controversial subjects. The theories, opinions, and beliefs expressed are not the only possible interpretation. Viewers are invited to make a judgment based on all available information. Tonight on Encounters, the Hidden Truth.
The car started moving by itself.
Do the victims of a tragic train accident haunt this deadly crossing?
As the car was being pushed, we started seeing little fingerprints.
Or are these ghostly children pushing people to the other side?
I pick up panic, fear, horrible emotions.
Why are many of the world's top military scientists turning up dead?
Statistically, it did look a little odd.
Was it suicide, or were their jobs just murder?
This murderer is still out there at large.
Does this frightening evidence prove that aliens are among us?
There's multiple witnesses, there's video, there's pictures.
But what does it all mean?
There are races of beings closer to God than us.
If you've ever thought of calling a psychic hotline...
We married the new age with the technological age.
Some important tips when you tie your fate to the phone.
He had spent thousands of dollars.
Welcome to Encounters, the Hidden Truth. Ghosts are said to appear at the locations of traumatic events, places where tragedies are known to have taken place.
For over 60 years, a railroad crossing in San Antonio, Texas, has been the site of repeated ghostly encounters. Many believe that they are the restless spirits of 10 school children.
On a recent investigation in San Antonio, we learned one very important fact. When you get to the Shane Road crossing, drive very carefully.
When the wind is calm, the locals say you can sometimes hear the sound of a train approaching, the click of wheels on the tracks, the toot of a steam whistle. But the 115 out of Mount Pilot never arrives. These ghostly encounters are only a part of the bizarre history of a stretch of train tracks deep in the heart of Texas. Here in San Antonio, this lonely railroad crossing is unguarded. There is no gate to warn motorists of an approaching train. Many years ago, this was the site of a tragic accident.
There was a school bus coming from this direction right here. It stalled out on these tracks, and the motor had died. There was a train coming from that direction right there. The bus driver was trying to get all the little kids out of the bus before the train hit them, but it was too late. The train was already coming, and it hit them. Everyone was killed. The train conductor, all 53 kids, and the bus driver.
Due to the violent nature of this accident, and because the young victims' lives were cut so tragically short, many people believe that the children's tiny, restless spirits still remain at this site.
Ever since then, if you take your car and you park it along the tracks, the spirits of the children will push your car over the tracks to prevent your car from being hit by the train.
As fantastic as the story sounds, people in the area have had amazing experiences when they've gone to the tracks.
I parked the car slightly in front of the railroad tracks and put it in neutral, and as soon as I turned the car off, the car started moving by itself. And what really freaked me out is that it started moving faster as it was going uphill, and then it went over the tracks.
It rolled by itself. I had the keys of the ignition, and I had it in neutral. And from way back there, I felt the car like it was floating, not even on the pavement. It was a very eerie feeling, like I didn't have no control.
I've tried to figure out how to explain how a car gets pushed uphill, and I'm not sure there's been a good explanation for that.
One resident, Beatrice DeLillis, recently conducted a unique test in an attempt to obtain visible evidence of these alleged ghosts.
What we did is we went ahead and sprinkled baby powder all over the car and on the bumper and the car and the window, and all of a sudden the car started being pushed. And as the car was being pushed, we started seeing little fingerprints being put on the car. And that's when we really got scared. And we also heard like little feet walking or pushing. And also we heard them push, like a pushing noise, like, you know, making a forcing sound. And after the car was pushed over the tracks, we had noticed that there was a footprint of a tennis shoe, probably like a 6-year-old or something, on the bumper, and little fingerprints all over the car. And also we noticed that there was some little fingerprints that were backwards like this, and like a little piece of the jean mark on the bumper. Before we came here, we didn't believe anything, but when we actually saw the fingerprints, we were just, you know, surprised.
Could the spirits of the deceased children really be standing vigil at the very spot where their lives were taken? In search of an answer, Encounters commissioned acclaimed psychic Francine Manis to survey the crash site.
There's still a lot of energy around here. I pick up panic, fear, anxiety, such horrible emotions. And it left a scar.
Francine was able to sense the presence of numerous spirits, but one of them proved particularly haunting.
You mentioned a little boy that you can see, that you can sense. Is he here now?
Oh, yes.
Where is he?
I picked up his presence over in that direction.
Did he talk to you?
I picked up the impression of tears. He's still crying. He's lost. He's still lost.